There are always people out there who look for easy ways to make money and steal from hardworking citizens like yourself. These criminals will use any trick in the book to scam you in ways like stealing your car or acquire large sums of money from you. Some of the ways these felons do these things are pretty clever, and that's why today we're going to be looking at the top 5 sneaky things that criminals do that you should be aware of. There's probably only a small amount of people who don't use Tinder because it's such an easy way to meet other people. You simply swipe left for no and right for yes and see where things go from there. But criminals have seen the potential and taken to Tinder to do a pretty smart scam, and if you're not careful, you could potentially fall victim to this. So the way this scam works is criminals will make Tinder profiles, often using pictures of very attractive people that usually aren't them, and build a fake persona around that is most of the time pretty convincing. These scammers will often hold long conversations, gaining the person's trust, and 99% of the time, you'll never be able to tell they're just people looking to make a quick buck. And after you've talked to them for a while, they'll claim that they've been in an accident and need some money. They'll usually tug on your emotions, saying you're the only one they can turn to, because once you send them the money, they're never going to message you again. People who are trusting will often fall for this, but please, if you're using Tinder, watch out for these scammers. This scam criminals use usually works on the elderly people because sometimes they don't properly understand how technology works, and this seems pretty legit. So if you don't want your poor old grandma to be scammed out of her retirement money, pay close attention. The way this scam works is you receive a text message that has the name of a legitimate financial institution claiming that there's been some sort of emergency, and if you don't respond quickly, you could suffer financial losses. Then, they may ask you for personal information such as your credit card or your social security number. Once you give that information, they vanish and don't respond anymore and proceed to do whatever they do with your credit card. These scams actually seem pretty legit most of the time because they pose as the actual bank, and that's why I said older people who aren't as tech savvy are more susceptible to this, because they may not know the difference between a real bank contacting you or a fake one, so watch out for this in the future. I know a lot of people that when they need to throw away things like expired credit cards or business papers, they may just toss them in the trash and think that they're gone forever. I'm sorry to be the one to let you know, but that isn't always the case. Some desperate criminals have resorted to dumpster diving in order to steal your personal belongings. When criminals use this method, they could potentially steal things such as your utility bills, medical insurance, bank statements, and whatever else you throw out. This could spell disaster for you because when criminals get their hands on this kind of information, they could potentially sell it or use it to target you for future crimes they might commit. They can also steal your identity with the information they get, which could spell disaster for you. There's an easy way to protect yourself from this, and that is to shred all important papers you throw out so nobody could steal information from them. So this one is probably one that a lot of people don't really think about, but it's putting too much trust in workers like electricians, plumbers, or other people who do work around your home. You may do things like leave valuables out in the open, talk about going on vacation around them, or divulge other information you really shouldn't. What you may not know is that some of these workers might be using these jobs as fronts so that they can gain information and scope out your house before they rob you. And yes, a lot of these workers are honest people who are just trying to make a living, but at the end of the day, you don't know who you could trust and who you can't trust. Another similar way criminals use this method is one criminal rings your doorbell wearing clothes like they're city workers and distracts you, while the other one breaks into your house from the back and robs you. A lot of people are too trusting with a person who's dressed in work clothes, so the next time they come to your house, ask for identification before you let them in. This method that criminals use is a highly debated one because there are people who have tried it and say it works, while others say it doesn't. There's a video on YouTube with over 1 million views that shows it working, so this might be something you need to watch out for. The way it's done is you need to drill a hole into a tennis ball with a screwdriver or electric drill, and then place the tennis ball over the keyhole of the car and push. They say that the pressure created should open the car's lock and allow someone to get into your car. To avoid something like this happening to your vehicle, you can try parking it in a heavily populated place or attempt to find a parking spot closer to the store so that the criminal won't risk breaking into it. Whether this method only works on certain cars is a mystery, so if it does work, before it happens to you, you should take precaution to protect yourself. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, if you guys are following my previous top 5, you knew I was doing a giveaway and picking the winner today. So the winner is DaisyMan4. Congratulations, and private message me which $25 gift card you want, either iOS or Play Store, to claim your prize. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.